Hello and welcome back to our second episode of Ag Advancements, a series where we explore agriculture in Minecraft and compare it to real-life agriculture in the hopes that maybe we learn a thing or two about both of them. In today's episode, we're going to have a couple different goals that we're going to look towards, but first of all, as I'm sure you've noticed, we have a custom skin now. Now this skin is going to change as we go throughout the series, and so I'll be sure to update you guys as it does, but right now this is our hunter-gatherer skin. Even though last episode we established that we are now farmers, we're still going to try to use this hunter-gatherer mentality for a little bit until we establish our first homestead, which is actually the goal for today. We're not going to probably build our house today, but our goal is to actually try to find a place to settle down and call home. We have a few crops here. Actually, our onions look ready to harvest, so we can go ahead and harvest those. So now we have some onions, which we can use to make all kinds of fancy stuff later. Oh, actually, I should probably put my armor back on. But yeah, so if you are enjoying this series and if you want to see more of it, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, do all the things you know to do that every YouTuber asks you for. But I think that for today's episode, I want to get a couple things done. So obviously we're going for all the advancements here that have to do with agriculture. So I want to get 3 of these advancements today, and I know just which ones I want to work towards today. So we're going to do that in just a second. The main goal of today, though, is to find a place to settle down and build our first agricultural settlement and create our first homestead. That'll be our first step to kind of transitioning into the second revolution of agriculture, and we'll talk about what that is in a little bit. But first of all, we're going to start looking around for an area. Actually, no, I lied. What is that? Is it a bear? It's a bear. Let's go say hi to the bear. Before we get into... Oh, no, it's a cow. Never mind. I can't see from that far. I really should install Optifine. Speaking of Optifine, I have included some new mods. As you can see... There we go. I've added just enough items, which will make it a little bit easier for finding the recipes for some of the different, more complex food items that we're going to have to create. Hello, cow. So, I talked about this very briefly in the last episode, or maybe I didn't, but cows actually are incapable of growing horns if they are specific breeds, not based off of whether they're cows or bulls. I don't know if that just made sense. Cows and bulls can both grow horns. It's not based off of if they're a cow or a bull. It is based off of the breed of that cow or bull. So if it's an Angus, like this guy is probably some kind of cross with a longhorn, as you can see by his horns and his pattern here. Those ones over there are probably, honestly, they look like Charolais crossed with an Angus of some kind of like blue. That one's a little bit weird. Some kind of like blue breed, but that's probably not what they're going for, considering they have horns. Angus, the most common cattle breed in the beef industry, are actually what's called polled. And polled means that they are born without horns. They have no genetic propensity to ever grow horns. And so a cow or a bull of the Angus breed, if it's a pure Angus, will never be able to grow horns. But that's way off topic from where we were going. I apologize for getting distracted. Let's get back to what the actual episode's about. So I was thinking about it, and I thought that since we are going to try to be as realistic to agriculture through the ages as we can, we should try to create as many different agricultural tools as possible. And I mentioned it kind of briefly in the last episode, but I think we should build ourselves a composter. Now, I am forgetting how to make a composter, and oops. Right, it's all slabs. Okay, that's what I thought. Let's go and grab some wood in that case. So let's make a composter really quick, because I think that'll be really useful for starting to establish some of the earlier methods of agricultural sustainability, because composters allow us to do a few different things. Oh, come on. So composters, and we'll explain this more when we get there, are actually going to lead to today's lesson. So I mentioned that in every episode we're going to try to learn something new about agriculture. I just taught you something very brief about cows, but the actual lesson of today has to do with soil and the importance of soil and why soil is so significant for society. So actually, archaeologists and historians have recently discovered some of the earliest writings, some of the earliest written language. Maybe this isn't so recent, but some of the earliest written language was actually depicting the significance of soil in society. And I'm one short. There we go. Yoink. Cool. All right. Composter. So as I was saying, there we go. As I was saying, some of the earliest societies, some of the earliest written language. Oh, we have our first tomato too. We are getting some stuff done today. That's beautiful. I just ran into a wall. We're not going to talk about that though. Some of the earliest societies and civilizations wrote about how important soil was to their society. They recognized that soil was foundational to effective agriculture, and effective agriculture is foundational to an effective society. And so the reason for that is because soil is a living organism, just like the crops that grow on that soil. And what I mean by that is that there are microorganisms, there's microbiomes completely living within the soil, that they feed off of the nutrients that the crops provide to them, and because of that they are able to provide some of those nutrients back to those crops. So the reason that's significant for us is because this composter is actually helping with that process. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what a composter does in Minecraft, you can put organic material into it and you can create bone meal, which is used as a natural fertilizer. I don't think you can put flowers in there, right? Oh, you can. Oh, beautiful. Okay. So yeah, so anything that is organic, I believe, any crop material can go in here, and then it composts into this stuff. And as it continues to compost, it becomes more and more composted, for lack of a better word, into something that is usable for crop production. So if we can just get this up here, we're just going to use the beetroot seeds because nobody likes beetroots. There we go. Boom. Bone meal. And bone meal, as I'm sure anyone who's played Minecraft knows, can be used to do nothing, apparently, because the weeds ate it. It's so obnoxious. That's fine. So we actually need to create something else that is an early agricultural tool, and I need to look into when this was invented so I can tell you guys. Oh, I'm hungry. I didn't even realize that. We have a furnace. Let's cook our carrots up. Yeah, that's a carrot. That's definitely a carrot. Good job, Brendan. Anyways, we're going to get some food going. What I was saying about the significance of soil, man, I'm off topic today. Soil has microbiology that benefits the crops it grows on. Those crops, whenever they die, are often absorbed back into the soil. That organic matter is beneficial to the microbiology that then goes back into the crops. It's all one big circle, as I'm sure you've heard the circle of life. We've all seen Lion King. This is what is going on in this process. And so whenever we incorporate fertilizer, that's basically an artificial supplementation of certain nutrients that the soil is lacking in. And so whether it's organic fertilizer or synthetic fertilizer, meaning we produced it, or anything in between, it usually has some kind of beneficial effect on the crop life, but it may not always have a beneficial effect on the soil biology. And so that's a very important thing to consider whenever you're using those products, because we want to maintain proper soil health. Now there's a lot of complexity to soil health. I'm not going to get into all that today, but once our potatoes are done, we're going to start heading out to find another area that potentially is going to have good soil for us to settle down and develop our first farming community. Now, I say community, we're going to build more than just one basic house here. I think that we're probably not going to start off by building a huge town, but I think it'd be beneficial for us to start off by building our small house, and as we grow as a society, we'll develop more and more houses, we'll get more and more advanced technology and all those different things. But there's let me see if I remember how to, I think it's fence. Let me see. There's a tool that I want to add to our repertoire here. Yeah? Nope, backwards. I always do that backwards. Boom, boom, and boom. Okay, and then we put you right there and put you right there, and now we have a wooden rake. And this wooden rake can actually be used to mitigate some of the weeds. This is what I was trying to get at earlier. I just failed miserably to get that point across because I am just all over the place today in terms of my, in terms of my brain. My brain is all over the place today. Probably not the best day for recording, but you know what? We're going to work with it. So let's go ahead and deposit all this stuff. You're still going, so let's go ahead and throw these potatoes on top of that stack just to have a few extra baked potatoes, and then we can get going on our way. Actually, while that's going, we can actually work on one of the advancements, the ag advancements that I was planning on working on today, which is, excuse me, there we go. let's do some fishing. Ooh, rice is ready. No, it's not. Okay, we're gonna wait then. Let's get to a good fishing spot and cast our line. Now I know this is the entertaining content you come here for. So a little known fact that fishing is actually considered agriculture because it harvests a natural resource. And because of that, there are other areas of natural resource harvesting that are often not thought of as agriculture, but do function similar to it, such as mining, forestry, anything that includes using natural resources for the production of commercial goods is considered agriculture. As you saw there, we just got the, where'd it go? Fishy business. All right, so that is one advancement, one ag advancement done today. So we're already on our way to a very successful goal. We've already got our composter going. We've got our one advancement done so far. We've got to get 2 more, and then we got to go find our new home. And we already started talking about our lesson of the day, which is soil health and the importance of soil in agriculture. But we're going to talk about that a bit more as time goes on. So let's leave that here. Ooh, we got some new recipes for the baked potato. Cool. Okay. Actually, if we check here, I'm still kind of playing with this. I've never actually used JEI before, but as far as I'm aware, you can do that. Nope, not that. You can do that. You can see all the things that potatoes are used in. So, ooh, stuffed potato, rabbit stew, shepherd's pie, weak rabbit stew, roast chicken, weak rabbit stew. Cool. Okay. So let's, you know, we're going to take that and we're going to make a bucket real quick because a bucket is every Minecrafter's best friend. And that is pretty much how I like to have my inventory set up. So I think that's good for right now. Let's go start heading out to find our first settlement, our first home to call, or our first place to call home, rather. Are you done yet? No, 67%, 67%. Okay, so they're 2/3 of the way done. We will check on them whenever we get back. They'll probably be fully grown by the time we get back. Cool. Okay. So now to set out on the actual mission for today, which is to find a new home base. So I think this is a good time to talk a bit more about soil and what soil health is important for. So in modern agriculture, which I know we're not quite there yet in this series, but it is important for the future of this series and for the future of real life agriculture, soil plays an incredibly important role. I mean, it plays an important role in all agriculture, but especially, let's get some of these sweet berries, especially in modern agriculture, because as I mentioned earlier, we've recently rediscovered the importance of soil. For a long time, soil health was not a top priority of the agriculture industry. We kind of just, took it for granted. We didn't assume that it was as valuable as it actually is. And because of that, we kind of damaged soil more than was intended. But since we realized that, I'm going to die if I just keep doing this, but I want these berries because we can make some cookies with them later. Once we realized the damage we were causing, we decided to go ahead and do something about it. And so that's where the what I theorize is the 5th revolution of agriculture comes from, the regenerative movement. And we're going to talk about that in way more depth, but essentially the idea of the regenerative movement is the importance of soil health. But the reason I'm talking about it now and not when we get to the 5th revolution is because soil health is important to all agriculture, from the foundation of the industry, from the foundation of the practice. Hello, Snick. From the very first farmers in the entire world, we have used soil health as an indication of the value and of the productivity of the agricultural land that we decide to farm on. And so you really can't separate the idea of soil health from agriculture, because if you neglect the soil, then the agricultural operations are no longer as viable as they should be. Now, I know that's a whole lot of just nonsense at the moment, and I'm going to explain more later, but that's kind of the essential theme of today's episode is the importance of taking care of the soil. Now, keep in mind, taking care of the soil is not the same thing as taking care of the environment. They are connected, but they're not always the same. There are some things that are more environmentally friendly, but can still damage the soil, and there are some things that are very beneficial to the soil that are not beneficial to the remainder of the environment. And so just keep that in mind as we go through this conversation. Ooh, look at all that iron up there. Not right now. So I mentioned in the last episode that we wanted to find a settlement that was near a body of water, and that's why we built into that small part of the mountain there to build our first farm. The reason why we're going for water is because the earliest farmers realized very quickly that if they plant their crops near a source of water, for one, they have access to water, which is a no-brainer. But for two, the soil that was near bodies of water, especially soil that was at the bottom of large bodies of water, was often more fertile than any other soil in the area. What is? Oh, it's a snake. Oh no, poor snake. Sorry, buddy. I'm not sure I can really do much to help you. What if I just take some of this and well, that helped with one of the streams. I'm not sure that did anything for anything else. Sorry, buddy. Let's just... okay. More rice is never a bad thing. But anyways, the earliest farmers realized very quickly that bodies of water seem to have large amounts of microbial activity. And obviously they didn't realize that exactly because microbiomes and microbiology wasn't really a heavily studied topic yet, but they did realize that there was some kind of relationship between water and healthy soil. And that's why a lot of the earliest civilizations were built on waterfronts. And in fact, my hometown of Tulare, which is in the central part of California, is at the very bottom of what used to be a massive lake. And that's why the soil in the Central Valley of California is considered some of the most fertile soil in the land, or in the world, because it is something that is from a former body of water. So it has tons of microbial activity. Ooh, I like that. That's really cool. Let's grab these potatoes while we're right here. It has tons of microbial activity. It has tons of moisture. And there's just so much benefit to the soil in California. It made sense to farm here. And so we did. And now the agricultural economy in California is one of the largest in the world. If it was its own country, it'd actually be the 9th largest, I believe, in the world. That number might have changed since last time I checked it, but it's somewhere around there. There are dogs here, and I want one, but I don't have any bones. It's also getting dark. So what I thought I might do as we're looking for a new area for home is we're going to do kind of like what the hunters and gatherers did, what the earlier settlers did. And as we get to dangerous areas on our way to our next settlement or our next area to live, is we're going to build smaller settlements in one of the nature reserves near not necessarily where I live, it's close to where I live, but in one of the nature reserves here in California that I've visited before, there is a large rock next to a stream, and that rock has holes in it that demonstrate where some of the native people who live there may have used those holes to grind up certain things in them to create, food and medicine and tools and all the things that they might need. Why am I making tools? I'm talking about settlers, and now I'm getting kind of in my moment. Let's go ahead and just, for the moment, let's build a small settlement here, because this is going to be where we're going to spend the night. But that rock where they grinded up all their food and everything, it reminded me of this kind of idea of, as people were traveling, they obviously did not want to travel non-stop, and so they had to stop at times, and so that often caused them to create smaller settlements on the path to larger settlements. And so that led me to this idea of, as we're moving towards where our large settlement's going to be, let's build small little, maybe not settlements, but small shacks that we can live in temporarily. And so that may be an interesting... Hello, Mr. Sheep. That may be an interesting way for us to... Are you a sheep or are you a goat? You're a sheep. That may be an interesting way for us to continue to be able to travel between large parts of our map, as we have little living areas for us to be able to revisit. That way we're not having to travel late at night or in dangerous areas, and we have a place to call home temporarily. Let's actually, I changed my mind. We're gonna move down there by the trees a bit more, and we'll come up here by the cave a bit later. And farness. Beautiful. Okay. So now we can do some shenanigans. Throw that on there, and we can almost do some shenanigans. Thank you. There we go. All right. Now let's grab you. There we go. And we'll make our one. Actually, no, we can make some more charcoal. Why not? Just to be safe. What else was I going to use the coal for? Oh, for torches. I already have torches. Yeah, that's... Really? That's what I was thinking. Okay. It's actually kind of homey. I kind of like this. Look at us, so environmentally friendly. We're just cutting down the entire forest. So once, there's a reason I'm doing this. I understand that it's daytime, we need to get moving, but this is the second advancement that we're going for. Oh, I need to make another set of sticks. Boom, 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 boom. Campfire! And, excuse me? How did you... I guess I was in the torch hitbox. Okay, well, we're gonna break you, which sucks because now I have to make another one. And I'm one wood short. So I wanted to have that campfire here for whenever we travel. Yeah, we'll use this tree. Let's try that again. Boom. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Campfire. And now... campfire. Yes. Okay. Now, as you'll notice, wherever it went. Oh yeah, we have this thing. Where was that? There we go. Bonfire lit. So that is the second advancement we were going for today. So then we just need one more, which I thought I got. Obtain a trash. How do you get a trash? Trash. That's not how you spell trash. Trash. Oh, okay. Oh, I need a smithing table. Oh. Okay, never mind. That's not the advancement I thought it was. I thought I just had to make a composter. Also, this is a horrible idea. But it does give me an idea. Probably a horrible idea, though. Well, I don't have any glass, so that's not going to work. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We might have to substitute in another advancement. So my plan today was to be able to do fishing. Let me grab some stone real quick. My plan today was to be able to do fishing, the composter, which turns out it's not going to be a thing, and the campfire. Those are the three advancements that I wanted to try to get today. It turns out that that's not quite how that works, and apparently I have to get a trash can, which requires a smithing table and a piece of iron. And I have iron, but not much of it. I'm not willing to part with it for the sake of making a trash can, because I'm probably not going to use a trash can all that much at first, because, you know, hunters-gatherers, we don't have trash cans. So we're going to change plans just slightly. Shift gears, make a new shovel. Beautiful. Okay. We're going to have to find a new advancements to try to complete. So as I'm looking at that, encounter the bad grass by using bone meal. Obtain a vacuum cleaner. Waste fights back. Okay. So there's not much in the sustainability area we can work on. We can do a couple other things, though. Hang some ropes above a tomato crop to make it grow taller. Ooh. That might be a thing we have to play with. Watch it grow. Make a glow sign. Tame an animal. I would do that if I had anything to tame an animal with. I don't have any bones. Okay. Let's keep traveling, and we're going to look for... I'm going to take all these materials for making stuff, and that way we're able to make... We'll leave a little bit of coal in this furnace. That way we're able to make another settlement, or another shack, another little hut if we need to. And we're going to leave all this behind as food. But let's keep moving. The journey continues. I really like this area, this like kind of mountain rangey area. We can have a boat here in the middle. It's not super conducive to trade, which is kind of one of our next big goals, but it is kind of a cool area. There's some sheep right here. I like up on that hilly area. I kind of want to build up there. There's some water, which is great, a great start, because as we just talked about, best civilizations are built on waterfronts. If I wanted to recreate the Central Valley, I would just, you know, take all this water and sponge it away, and then I could recreate the Central Valley real quick, but we're not going to do that in this series. Maybe we will, but not for a long time at the very least. But look at this. I love these kinds of biomes. Hey, there's some llamas. That'd be actually really cool to tame a llama. Wait, how do we just ride them, right? Are we friends? Nope. Let's try it again. Nope. Ah! That was rude. Come on. I'm gonna grab all this dirt. You never know when it could be useful. How about you? You want to be friends? No? Okay, let's try it again. No? Come on, llama. Be my friend. Come on. No. Again. Come on, dude. I know you're a llama, but, like, we can be friends. Please? One more try. Come on. Really? What is your problem with me? Why can't we be friends? I'm doing it again. I don't care what you say. Yes! And there's another advancement. Best friends forever. Perfect. Cool. Okay. Well, now we have a llama friend, which does pretty much nothing for us until we can get a saddle for him. But he can at least live up here in peace, and when we come back to this area, then maybe we can be friends with him again. But man, look at all this stuff. Ooh. Oh, those are more pumpkins. I thought that was a village for a second. I got very excited. I really like these plains areas. I think they make for really great... There's another emerald. Okay, I really need to get some iron going. And there's tons of iron, which I want to go grab, but I'm hesitant because I'm on a mission to find a place to settle down. I think we might have found it, though. I think that this is a great area for our first agricultural community to be established. Look at all this gravel. Oh, we would have flint tools for miles. Where did that iron go? Is it right here? Yeah, it's right there. Okay. We're grabbing this iron real quick. I'm going to smelt it back in our little hut. And this isn't as far away as I thought we were going to have to go for a new house. I really like this area. I don't really want to give up this area. And is it ideal for farming? I mean, debatable. You know, there's definitely the pros and cons. This area obviously is not, because gravel is not a great soil to use, but we could always transplant some soil over. Oh, there's some more iron. And these caves, yeah, I think we found a pretty good spot. We'll put it down in the plains area, the actual farm, but I could do so much adventuring over here. Ooh, that's dangerous. Let's just pop it down here. Boom. And boom. Thank you. And boom. And we're out. Okay. No, I think this is a great area. I think we stick with this. I'm a sucker for big open areas. I don't really like terraforming very much, which to be honest, I'm not sure who loves terraforming. Like, I don't know very many people who enjoy terraforming, and yes, I'm gonna have to do some, but I really enjoy just having big open plains to build my stuff on, because I just like having that flat land. But I love having like mountainous, hilly areas around it, so I can climb and, you know, build some other like stuff. Most of my houses that I build on your average world are either underground. They are in a, which is ironic because underground is all terraforming technically. They're either underground, they're in the side of a mountain, kind of like our current base, except a little bit more nice. I like building like a big observatories and that sort of thing. Or they're built on flat plains. And I think for the purposes of a hunter and gatherer nomadic society that's moving into an agrarian society, a flat plain serves pretty well, and we'll kind of have it function similar to like the Great Plains in terms of like the types of, maybe not the types of agriculture necessarily, because we don't have buffalo in this, although I could get them, but more so just in terms of the like the way that we structure our farms. But again, we're not going for historical accuracy. We're going for the educational components of agriculture, both in and out of Minecraft. But I think this is a pretty fantastic area. So let's build something here just to... Oh, it always scares me. I'm horrible at MLG water bucketing. But let's build some kind of little something. Another emerald. Okay, we have to get our iron going pretty soon. But let's build our little something over here in the plains, and then that way we can come back to it. We'll go back home. We'll grab all of our stuff, and we can come back to this area, and we can start actually building our house in the next episode. I think that'll be a great thing to do. But I think this is home, and oh, I love big holes in mountains like that. That's so cool. We are gonna have so much fun, and I'm taking some of these pumpkins because that will be useful for a later evolution. Let's do. I really didn't have enough wood for all of this. We're not gonna build anything extravagant, but let's build something just so it's here. We'll build something like right here by the pumpkins. We'll just use the water to wash away all of this grass, or some of this grass, and some of these flowers. There we go. Nice and easy. Okay. Which is great because we can use these seeds and these flowers for composting like we started the episode with, and it all goes back into our soil health because we can use bone meal and good things happen. But let's go ahead and start making 25 blocks is nothing. I did not grab enough resources to be able to build a sufficient hut. I don't... Okay, let's go grab this tree over here. I need to eat again. We're going to build a true, like, Minecraft hut right now. This thing is going to be tiny. It's going to be completely useless, but it'll serve our purposes for the time being. Okay. Now, that was not very much wood, but you know what it's going to have to do for right now, because we are on a bit of a budget. That's a skeleton. I don't know if I talked about this in the last episode or not, but skeletons are the bane of my absolute existence, and I cannot stand them, and they make my life miserable, and I wish that they would be no more. So we're going to hide from this skeleton because I don't feel like dealing with him right now. Also because I don't have a sword on me for some reason. Did I not make a sword? I guess not. It's okay, we got the axe. Okay. Well, I'm here. 12, 12, almost 18. skeleton. Let's move down here just a little bit. Okay. Stay away, dude. So we're gonna do kind of a hodgepodge build here. So let's do something like we don't have enough for a chest though, which is fine. We don't need a chest. I would have liked a chest, but we don't need a chest. We just need a hut at the moment. And are there sheep nearby? I saw cows. There are no sheep nearby. You know what? We need bones though. We got a bone. Let me see if we can get... There were sheep in the mountain. Let me see if maybe I can go get some of those. There's some chickens. The sheep are probably sleeping too, so I could probably run up and get one really quick. Hopefully there's no more skeletons nearby. There's our llama friend. I just saw a skeleton, but he despawned. That's fine by me, dude. I know the whole point of us building that hut was to hide that night, but I'm really hoping that I can just, like, not have to deal with it because I can go get these sheep right quick. Yeah. Cannonball. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry, sheepies, but let's kill these sheep. Well, that does us a whole lot of good. We've got we got different colors. Okay. And this isn't. That's a pig. And this isn't bedrock, so I can't dye the brown wool white. Why can't you dye things white? Why can't they just make life easy? Wait, can I dye? Hold on. Can I dye brown wool yellow? No, I can't. Lame. So you can't dye anything unless it's white. That's annoying. Do I have any string? I don't have any string. Why would there be just one brown sheep with a bunch of white sheep? And I think that the one that I killed that didn't drop anything was a baby, which makes me feel really bad. But you know what? It had to be done. I'm guessing I can't shear the llamas or get wool from the llamas if... Are you still stuck down here? You have a sword. Can I have your sword? That was rude. You didn't drop a sword. Now that was ruder. I asked for that very nicely and you did not give it to me. That was my shovel. There's no other sheep in the area. This is unfortunate. I'm stupid. I should have just made this into iron because I have a ton of coal and cobblestone up here that I could have used to make a furnace, and then we could have just sheared those sheep and we would have had enough. Hunter and gatherer. We're still learning the basics of agriculture in this series. You know what? It's okay. We're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be fine. We are gonna grab some of this and we are gonna make a furnace out of it. And honestly, I think we're doing pretty okay. We're not being chased like crazy. Like, yeah, there were some skeletons and we had to deal with them and that kind of sucked. But honestly, I think everything is going to be just fine. Let's grab all of that for right now. Ow. We did grab the coal, yes. We'll go back to our little hut here. This is basically going to be like our workshop. Like, we're just going to have this available so that way we can start building the actual base, but we'll have something to go back home to. So let's just throw a furnace in here real quick. And I did not grab any more wood, so that means, excuse me, that I cannot make any chests, which is fine. We've already completed like most of the goals for today's episode, so I think that we're doing pretty okay. Creeper. Nope. So yeah, let's go ahead and make our way back to our home base now that the sun is coming back up, and let's go ahead and wrap up the episode. I think that we are in a good place now where we can go ahead and start making our new home here in this plains next to this decent mountain range. So yeah, I think that we're good. I'm just gonna go ahead and run back now to our base. I don't feel like you guys really need to see me run back to the base. I'm not going to do anything when I get back. I'm just going to get back, and that lava mountain really makes me nervous. That's a really cool cave though, so I'm just gonna have to keep that one in mind. But yeah, so I'm going to go back and just basically start gathering up our stuff to take over for the next episode. But that's all I have for you guys today. So I think, yeah, if you guys don't mind me just skipping over to the base, then I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. So let's just do a quick review here. That was my potato I just threw. But yeah, so today we learned a few things. We learned about soil composition and the importance of soil. We went and found our new potential home. We went and chicken and a snail. We went and got a few advancements done. We went fishing. We went and made a campfire, and we befriended a llama. So we got the best friends forever advancement. We found our new base. We built a couple commuter sheds that we can live in if we need to while we're traveling. And I think that we made some good progress today. So next time we're going to start building our actual first kind of farmhouse. And again, it's not going to be like a super fancy farmhouse. It's just going to be a start while we get our farm going. But we're going to start developing some more advanced agricultural practices and start making our movement towards the second revolution of agriculture, which is the commercialization of agriculture. And so as we get into that movement, that means we're going to start using the more advanced technology, more advanced practices. We're not going to be getting into like super advanced technology because we're going to save that for the third revolution. But if we can find a village, then we can start commercializing our product, and we can start using some more just some more smart, sound agricultural practices. So that'll all be in the next episode though. Thank you all so much for watching and for joining me as we found our new base. I really appreciated all the support on the first episode. I hope you're enjoying this series as much as I am, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Don't forget, if you ate today, thank a farmer. Bye. You still doing all right, buddy? You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You know, probably.